What's up, guys? My name is Martin. On today's scenario, we now have with NATO and BRICS currencies unite in a single nation. Now we have China, India, Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, South Africa, Indonesia. I'm not sure I say it right, and Brazil. And I have NATO nations. There's the US, Canada. For both these nations, Finland, Sweden, Italy, and of course we can now forget about Turkey. Now obviously we can expand, try to expand at some point, right? Well, maybe. First we have to let a leader of this country, and that is be both leaders from BRICS and one leader from NATO come together as a team. The first country they're going to invade is, of course, Ukraine. Well, Ukraine, I'm sorry about this because, you're not the only one here. Oops, one. Let me just get this out. Yeah. Moldova is into it too. So, let's just start this. You see, Crimea getting invaded by Russia and also from Turkish forces. We see some NATO forces march into Ukraine, some British forces like Brazilian forces. Well, not really, because Brazil forces is like in their own continent right now, trying to further their own things. And then we have Russian troops, totally Russian troops, marching into here. Ukraine is a very tough fighter, they can literally defend their land well, with or without Russian support. That is down the grade. And they're gonna fall much faster. And there is on Britain's side about this. It's be bad for Moldova because they don't have a strong military, and NATO is between on the alley. We see NATO troops, NATO British troops putting up a huge invasion into here, and we see Ukraine falls. Well, fast forward a couple days, and we have Ukraine obviously falls. We're talking about the peace treaty. In this peace treaty, all Ukraine and Moldova that annexed into NATO BRICS alliance or nation, whatever you want to call it. Now we see an offering sent to this nation, and they sent an offering to Belarus to join. Belarus was part of many empires before, like Russian Empire, Soviet Union, and that's about it. Yes, for reasons. And listen to this. Connection. The other connection they're going to do is down here in Turkey and Russia. Needs to be attached. How much is Ludo is no fit before I move on. And the invasion is granted. Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan is right in the way of border connection. Oops. Okay, I did not mean to do that, but let's just do that. So ignore that for a second or two. There we go. Now they gonna be crushed immediately, because we don't have strong militaries. Ban the other alliance, ban the nation itself. To be fair, I don't know what to call it. This nation at all yet. BRICS, NATO Union or something. That would be. I'm not sure about that, but let me know in the comments down below about. Well, let me know down below, like, what is going to be the name of this nation? BRICS, NATO combined together as a single nation. Anyways, we got those nations out of the way, and we have another connection being made. Now, NATO and BRICS Union, I'll call it that. You have better ideas, going to, like, not invade, kind of like annex Serbia, Kosovo. It just annex these two nations, and Bosnia and Herzegovina is going to be annexed because they need more protection in the sea. There we go. We have the Balkans united, and the rest of the Balkans, of course. I bet it's being assimilated, as well as Ukraine, the Caucasus, and that's about it. Well, Switzerland, Austria, and Liechtenstein can stay alive. Of course, we cannot give them two mindful states. Whatever. I'm not going to deal with any of them right now. It's just ridiculous right now. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Well, next nations to be invaded. It's not technically being invaded, but first one, well, obviously not. This I'm gonna have them sending a operating to Syria. Well, Syria has been into civil war for some time, and their country is being ruins. Now, they decided to annex this part of it. And of course, they cannot disagree about it because Lebanon invaded Jordan, Israel, and Palestine are fighting, and they were connected to Egypt. Jordan is not invaded. Let's pull it up. There we go. Yeah, connection, real connection here. Not a lot. It's kind of weird, but it's also very cool at the same time. But whatever. The next nations to be attached to the sea is Ethiopia. That's their task to get Ethiopia to the sea, and well, to be honest, you know what kind of nations is gonna be in the way. Somalia, Djibouti. Is it Djibouti right here? Is it Djibouti? Australia, Somalia, and what other nation? I don't even know the name of it. But whatever. I mean, I don't know this nation right here. But Ethiopia has a strong military. Well, I don't know how strong Ethiopia is. If we do a scenario about Ethiopia against Somalia, this nation right here, in Australia, I'm not sure Ethiopia will win. Well, they will win in a way, but these three are weak nations, and Ethiopia combined with the rest of NATO BRICS alliance, well, they count a nation together, are going to rip them entirely. So let's start with Australia. It's really they're going to go ahead and invade them, so they get their coast and give them resources. It's really not about resources, it's about strategies. Ethiopia went into their own way. Attack ships are moving across the Egyptian ships, and they landed right here. And also landed right here. Somalia is going to give up the hopes of, not denying Somalians in Ethiopia. Well, they kind of do it for them, so. We see a lot of Ethiopians march into here. And we have these guys right here, and yep. Somalia won't be able to take my Ethiopians and also other nations like the American troops, Brazilian troops, Egyptian troops. Yeah, it's a nightmare. And let's just fast forward a little bit, and all three of these nations, well, listen, all these two nations find surrenders, and we didn't have a peace treaty. Here we are, the peace treaty. All the lands of Somalia, Djibouti, and Australia was annexed. To be honest, I don't know where Djibouti is on this time. You'll probably be wondering, where's Wolfia? Well, Wolfia is not existent in this scenario. Usually, I would have Wolfia in this scenario, but no, I'm not having it happen. Yes, if Wolfia was in this scenario, they would declare war on Wolfia immediately. So I'm just have me in it to relax. So yeah, the final destination for these guys to like, annex and call goods for today's scenario is Mongolia. Now, Mongolia has been part of China for like a couple 100 years. Is it 100 years? I have no idea. Maybe less than that, but whatever. Anyways, NATO BRICS unions decide to annex it. So I will get back to you when they annex it. Alright, Mongolia is completely gone. That's about it for this scenario. I don't really think of contract with war with this union. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Sorry about that, everybody. It was just the same up and down the thing. I moved my iPad around, but it's all fine. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy and see you guys all next time.